Hey yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Wilson, and you are now tuned in to WilsonBlock100 Radio, where independent music lives. We got your boy Grinch holding down the Northwest with my Volvo. Get a bar, son.
Yeah. You know, I'ma rap about my car real quick. I'ma rap about my Volvo. I need y'all to feel me on this shit. Yeah, born in 86, the same year that I was an ugly motherfucker, but that's my ride, bruh. A silver Volvo, 240 ZL. It make me wanna choke somebody out. Call me Sprewell, it's called a CMO. My car is clean though, but I bet no girls stop and stare when they see me roll. At least in a good way, but hey, you're safe as shit. But towards the bottom on my list of favorite whips, say, but it's got a place in my heart. That whip's close to me, worth more to me than just using to get groceries. I've laughed in that car, I've cried in that car. Knock on wood, man, I'll probably die in that car. In the V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo. V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo.
Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Whipping my mama Volvo, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo.
You are now listening to WilsonBlock100 Radio, son.
Tank on empty, yeah, that's how the story goes. Yo, the AC vent knobs look like some Oreos. I'm being for Rio. You know what fucking sucks? The glove box will pop open if I hit a bump too rough. And if you got one, I know you're understanding me. No button for the windows, I roll them damn manually. And man, I need some new brake pads. Today, get every stoplight I hit, I heard them motherfuckers straight bad. And man, I hate that. On the rail, man, that's weak. And for the record, I've got some in the backseat. I've laughed in that car, I've cried in that car. Knock on wood, man, I'll probably die in that car. In the V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo. V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo.
Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Whipping my mama Volvo, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Whipping my mama Volvo, whipping my mama Volvo.
This be the realest shit I ever wrote. You wanna hear about my Bentley? I'll probably never get one, yo. And when it's cold, it gets to straight spinning out down the icy hill for real. My dude Fatal can vouch. Look, you come to Ballard, you'll probably see my ride. I can't count the times that it's out on I-5. I'm fucking well, my whip is still fucking ill. Pedal to the metal when I'm going up the hill. It gets me ran a 6 from point A to B, and now you see I'll throw some D's on that bitch. I've laughed in that car, I've cried in that car. Knock on wood, man, I'll probably die in that car. In the V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo. V-O-L-V-O, V-O-L-V-O, my Volvo.
Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Whipping my mama Volvo, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Tank on empty, whipping my mama Volvo. Whipping my mama Volvo, whipping my mama Volvo.
Come on, love the whole world, the whole world, trust the whole world, yo, love the whole world, just trust the whole world, and yo, hustle the whole world, fuck this whole world. Whose world is this? World is yours, world is yours, yeah, whose world is this? Bet you feeling like the world is yours, right? Whose world is this? Yeah, like the world is yours, right? Whose world is this? Yo, I'm trying to get to this place that my grandpa told me about as a child. Told me only if you can make it and the faithless ain't allowed. Be a star out your game and name above the clouds. And if you miss, you at least be amongst your own crowd. I smile cause now I see what he meant. I see it in the eyes of mothers when they uncover their sins and repent. Getting closer to Jehovah on they old knees bent. Praying our mind frame switch and these times change quick. But I hate to say it, brother, the youth is too stubborn, too stuck on themselves to ever think about others. They must uncover the scales when they eyes caught lies, leading the deaf, dumb and blind to a place my mom told me about, where your sins get cleansed cause they bathe in flames. And the only route out is to shout out his name. I was trained to be a soldier for God, but as soon as I used my own thoughts, I kinda got lost in a small called reality, where hell is a fallacy and heaven is a fantasy created by man. So don't believe in it. You came here with nothing and you're leaving with nothing, so retreat from this world of deceitfulness. My people, it's time to rise. Realize it's a heaven, whether you think it's inside or in the sky. Reach for it before it's gone internally, and you stuck here below the heavens for eternity.
Whose world is this? Whose world is this?
Looks like this world is yours, right?
Whose world is this? Whose world is this?
Yo, somebody once told me that I'm already in hell. Freedom's a state of mind, it's just the heart of me's in hell. I free my slave mind, so a part of me's in hell. So even when it's hard to breathe, a part of me in hell. So pardon me, you gotta try hard to be yourself, cause you can't get to heaven being anybody else. I was raised by a reverend, yet the lessons didn't help. Had to get them for myself. I was told hell is hot, but had to feel it for myself. So I left home as a young child, smiling as I stepped on, facing the world butt naked without my weapon. I lost my smile in exchange, I put a vest on. Now that my premature stress is gone, I got problems to face as a man. I was told you either stand or you fall. Long as you know that when you walk, you holding hands with a God. That alone can turn the dark to a walk in the park. I only talk from my heart, so open doors when you're listening. Every man has his own heaven, but the difference is the way that he envisions it. So if you make your heaven pictureless, by the time you die, you'll be drifting in an imageless field. So build your heaven full of blessed thoughts. That's real. You can stress it and just let it walk. I got a question. If a man can make his own heaven, then can he make his path to get to it too? I only spit fluent truth, and I spit it for the listening, so I'm spitting to you. You say it's hell, I say it's bullshit we getting through. Just think about it. Every man has his own heaven, but shit, you gotta go through hell to be a man first, and understand first. Hell is what you choose to call the present. That's why you're going through it. I just choose to call it stressing. Tell you fools the truth, I don't feel it's why I'm destined. So you can call it hell, but bruh, I just say I'm below the heavens.
Yeah, I'm hollering at your feminine side. Is it arisen and genuine? Let women decide. From in the leopard judge from within this minute in time. Man, understand that I'm held to. It's from another planet. I landed here when mine fell through. Alienated by no paleontological ties, but never is this kid discredited by the honorable. All rise, son, the sun presides. The abominable find it comical. I call my shine beyond nominal. My handle fine-tuned the channel 19 address. My living letters better left unsigned, though punctual. No wonder you some kinda comfortable. Stomach full of lunch line chuck and junk food. Empty calories will soon catch up. Comments are covered in condiments, son. It must have been my fat genes dominant. Common represent the conjugate that haven't sent the compliment. The veteran's accomplishment, the conscious honor it. But whispers of them to us like we disingenuous. Like you only rocking for the paper that's thrown. As if this is an end to my condition of indigence. Nah, we holding stock in something sacred as stone. So when victims of insolence rise above the influence, I open the flock to to those who made it alone. It's the mission of men who just right despite the ignorance. Yo, with swollen pockets, we gon' take it back home.
This goes out to all my peoples in the city. This goes out to all my peoples. This goes out to all my peoples in the city.
Where we don't get caught up in between with the nonsense.
This goes out to all my peoples in the city. This goes out to all my peoples. This goes out to all my peoples in the city.
Never worrying about
Define your residence in these four walls. Simply shelter you from elements. I recommend you get out more. Off base, you face a downpour. Catch a taste of what the town's renowned for. These spates will drown y'all. Slick and precipitous, I'm bloodied out to the city of brotherly love. 206 is the antithesis. My tolerance is tight, ridiculous. Though I continuously seek forgiveness for the shit I wish to pour on you. A disservice to Mom Dukes. She raised me better for her baby, set a greater precedent to gauge and measure success. I know she will never love me no less. But you sycophants are sick, ugly and grotesque. I'm amongst the monsters who breathe fire out the nostrils. Akin to conquerors you read about in the Gospels. And hospitable of the Pontius Pilate the prefect. These seeds well and fellas ain't accepted me yet. So I stay on my vision if he play the periphery. He control the block around the space them cats on. I see this state of misery as the greatest gift to me. My golden apple be escaping that drone. See, I'm a late epiphany, away from indicancy. I told him stop it, son, don't wait for that loan. I heard they say it's trickery, but we making history. With swollen pockets, we gon' take it back home. Back home.
This goes out to all my peoples in the city. This goes out to all my peoples.
where we don't get caught up in between with the nonsense.
This goes out to all my peoples in the city. This goes out to all my peoples. This goes out to all my peoples in the city.
Never worrying about grief.
Tell me your story. Is there pain? Is there glory? Is it inspiring? Is there shame? Is there mourning? Is it real? Is it fake? Exciting or boring? And at the time, were you feeling low or were you soaring? Is the moral of it cold-hearted or is it warming? Were you aware of your surroundings or were you snoring? Was the sky feeling blue at the time or was it pouring? Now is it just a memory or were you recording? Is it easy to take in? Do I need a warning? Is there a message you'll be making that I should be learning? Is there someone you came across that has you yearning? Do you ever try going back while that bridge is burning? Is this what you expected or were the tables turning? Did you feel neglected or did you feel determined? See, I just wanna know about you by the time this morning, cause there's better things than money that I should be earning. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I've got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story. I'll try my best to help you in your situation. Take it to consideration, no need for isolation. I know your mind is racing, so go and free your thoughts. Half of us seek answers in the bottle, so we pour more shots. After you've had a lot, you get that blurry vision, then hear signs from the cops and wake up in a dirty prison. It's really your decision. See, you control your fate, and every move you make is crucial and alters your next position. So check the composition if you choose to listen. I'm trying to help you out, I'm trying to make a difference, and you can keep your distance. Really, I understand. I just want to help you out so you can have the upper hand. But if you need some time to free your mind, then that is fine. Just give me a sign so I can read between the lines. Maybe you need a drink, I'd say your 40's fine. See, life's a storyline and I'm ready for story time. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I've got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story. Sometimes I sit and wonder what my purpose is. I know it's not about the money nor the purchases. Nervousness used to take control when I would hit the stage, but now I've hit a stage in life where I get nervous less. It seems that life is just a viewed relief versus stress. It's gorgeousness in disguise, see the earth's a mess. I spit these curses less. Since my first arrest, I had the worst interest, but now my verse is blessed. So I'ma keep on doing all I can to show you that this chump is changing to a better man. You better stand for something or fall for anything. It's time to take a stand and I put that on everything. Well, enough about me, let's get back to you. I've said enough about me, I'm hoping you do too. Maybe next time you're free, there's something new to do. But I'd rather hear your story if that's cool with you. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I've got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story. See, I just wanna know a little more about you. If you ever need somebody, know I got you. All I got to ask is that you do this for me. Tell me the truth, tell me your story.
S-Class Productions.
I seen cocaine in a diaper bag, and young men turn to banging just like their dad. Makes me sad to see a sister high off the glass, or $20 to your name trying to make it last. Nights are cold and heaters on your kitchen stove, contemplating the connector, start pitching O's. And now they wanna put you in a box. Freedom's collateral, starring Jamie Foxx. My son and 2 daughters gotta tread water. Since life is written, decisions are a man's author. Speak the truth and they conspire to make us liars. They don't want you to sell, they wanna make us buyers. Be a hand up and not a handout. Stay sucker free and always take the man route. Our past leaders paved the way with blood, sweat and tears. Wake up or sleep another 400 years.
Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty.
I got you, partner. Yo, tell me once. I know I'm supposed to rest upon the Sabbath, but I can't help but wonder about the years to come like Fred Savage. Past baggage won't disappear like bad magic. Feel like the world is at my wrist, like I'm trapped in traffic. City stuck inside a cage, this is batting practice. Niggas pitching money balls, increasing NASDAQ averages. Getting over that fence, I wanna hurdle it all like November 1989, Berlin in this wall. I swear this ain't political, but the way we getting dough is called a trickle flow. The system keep us broke or afloat on a boat with a hole in its side, slowly drowning. But we all swimmers, those who don't remember hold us down, and we bound to reciprocate the favor, give and receive. Some call it karma, and skip my genes, hit up my seed. So I'm taking affirmative action in my scheme, so my daughter's dreams won't be dreams, they'll really be when she wake up.
Everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty.
Damn, my boy Tommy almost caught a homie. Until this day he still has the bullet in his body. Thank God he made it through, this how we do. Black on black crimes have grown to be the usual. Too many funerals, sirens become musicals to the ghetto realm where the devils dwell. Be conscious of the monsters behind the score. It's not enough they want you sleep, they want to hear you snore. Wake up.
Everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty.
Hey, Born, get up, man. Wake up. Let's do it.
time in everybody's life where you gotta stand up and fight. Fight for your right to breathe. Fight for your right to be whatever it is you choose to be. Yeah. Know what I mean? Will you just get tired of failing every day? Not doing the things that you want to do, or being the person that you want to be. Instead, we glorify others for doing the things we would like to do. Yeah. Golden bars, your boy got the Midas clip. Moisturize your mind, make your whole soul glow. Born dropping seeds, making sure the body grow. Buzzing in the game like I'm serving an adios. But I'm saying adios to all of the volatiles. More on the calisthenics, constant with the water pole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rockets full. Had to let my beard grow while battling my dry clothes. Got 'em seeing stars and stripes, Mr. Creed Apollo. The second coming, modern mixtape, a great combo. Step back, shuffle on the track a bit, get the attention. All of the witnesses, going underground like Harriet Tubman did. Gather up the slaves before the Lord and the chariots. We'll reclaim fame from doing the right thing. No matter if I'm not ready when the Christ came. All the calisthenics, constant with the water pole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rocky swole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rocky swole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rocky swole. More on the calisthenics, constant with the water pole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rocky swole. 1,000 crunches, 1,000 push-ups, man, I'm getting rocky swole. Had to let my beard grow while battling my dry glue.
Yo, what's good with it? It's your boy, Mr. Wilson, and you are now tuned in to Wilson Block 100 Radio. We have a very special guest on the block with us today, Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens of the Jazz Zone. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, you know what? First of all, Brother Wilson, it's a pleasure. I thank you for being here because
Thank
what
you.
you're doing in our community is off the hook.
Thank you.
And if I can get off the hook with you, I'm in the right place, right time.
Right on, right
Yes,
on. So real quick, man, it's a very honor. We're honored to have you here with us. We've been hearing about you from here to Lamert Park.
Yes, sir.
So real quick, can you just give us a quick background on yourself?
Okay, for me, I am a son of a drummer that didn't take up music and ran away from jazz as a kid.
Uh-oh.
But the musicians that came from the Midwest kept coming to the house because my dad's from East St. Louis. And as they were coming out to the West Coast, they would be jamming in the living room and that. So the DNA came into me, but I didn't even realize it.
Right.
When I realized what art was doing to me, I had become a collector of fine arts, African American artists in terms of paintings and sculptures and that.
Right.
And then my dad said he was kind of feeling a little empty because he wasn't playing his drums anymore. And I said, well, why don't you start? So he started playing, and I got involved with him. And then my dad began to succumb to cancer, prostate cancer. Black man's problem, you know what I mean? We got to be sure we take care of that.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I started getting very much involved.
Okay.
So I'm dealing with fine artists and painters, and then I started dealing with musicians, and I was dealing with my dad.
Oh, were you playing an instrument at this time?
No, sir.
Okay.
I still don't play. No, I don't play. I don't. Well, they ask me sometimes, well, what you play? I say, I don't. I'm serious. So at any rate, I did. I got very serious about my dad, and so I started driving him to some gigs and, just helping him out.
Yeah.
Before I know it, I'm driving him to the gigs, and I'm setting up the drums. Now I'm driving to the gig, setting up the drums. Instead of leaving and coming back, I'm staying.
Right.
But I got this communication thing with me in terms of me being a salesman and that. Man, my dad was in marketing and sales, so I stayed around.
Okay.
And then I started like, hey, y'all need to hire Jimmy, and pretty soon I got him a couple of gigs. I liked it.
No doubt.
And I really got involved with him, and the more he succumbed to the illness, the more I got so deep involved, and Father had told me, he says, this is what you got to do.
Wow.
And so the musicians that were in his band were a gentleman about his age, and Roger Hamilton Spots, who has scored several movies, and that was his keyboard and organ player, and he succumbed to cancer as well a little bit later.
Wow.
And so I stayed with Roger Hamilton Spots, and there was another gentleman, his name was Bob Lacefield, saxophone player. My dad said he played so smooth, made the wood just kind of roll on the floor, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So, but I couldn't stop.
Right.
It became real difficult for me. It's like, okay, well, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
So I kept it going.
Well, didn't you feel like you had a sense of obligation now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
you,
man.
like this was how you would honor your father.
Yes.
By pursuing.
It became a badge of honor.
Right.
And a responsibility all at the same time.
Right, I understand.
And so I worked with Bob, and we kept the group alive, and it was called the Jimmy Owens Trio. He had met this young lady, her name is Mary Lou Marquez, and he renamed the group to Jimmy Owens Trio Plus One. She was a beautiful singer, and she's still here. And so as I continued to be involved with it, I changed it from the Jimmy Owens Trio Plus One to the Jimmy Owens Jazz Ensemble, because now I met you and several other players, essentially, and I started putting my mix together.
Right.
And the more I put my mix together, then I had to change the whole thing to the Jazz Zone, and that's how the Jazz Zone was formed.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was just I was figuring this is a zone of musicians that I can create this energy.
Yeah.
And I was good at creating energy, and they were good at creating music. So we just man.
Now the creation of the Jazz Zone was created over the course of how many years?
I'm gonna say 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 10 years, and we've been rolling for about 10 years still. So because my father
the same
passed,
members?
Yeah, my father passed in '97. So from 97, this is 2015. That's 18 years.
Oh yeah, wow.
And so it was before he passed, because I was really into his thing, and then as that went on, so then the changeover, what had happened is not the same musicians, but it is the same musicians, because musicians that came into the Jazz Zone, I tell them this: once you come into the zone, you can't leave. Now they got to go and do what they got to do,
right?
But every now and then it's like, hey man, Brother Wilson, come on man, we doing this, you got to. So they've interacted. In fact, just recently in Pasadena, a gentleman named Robert Turner, who was playing with us 15 years ago. He's went to China, has been playing up north in San Francisco. Anyway, he was down in town, so we had the opportunity to do that. Several of the musicians are talking about doing a Jazz Zone reunion. But Stephen Foster is our musical director for the Jazz Zone.
Okay.
And that's where we play most everywhere. What I'm doing currently is the Art Walk, which you mentioned at Crenshaw, which is the Leimert Park Art Walk. The Leimert Park Art Walk is also very important to me because it's where I grew up.
Oh, so you grew up in the Crenshaw district?
I grew up right there in Leimert Park. Went to the theater there.
Nice.
Went to school around there. And so when that opportunity came, I just fused right into that almost the same way. Obligation, the history, and all of that.
Right.
And so every last Sunday of the month we do the Art Walk.
Okay.
And we just did
that's right there on Degnan.
Degnan and 43rd
Place.
In 43rd Place in Degnan is where they have a lot of festivals. Very cultural.
Very.
In fact, it's I'm going to call it our Diamond African American Cultural Center.
Oh, absolutely.
In California. Really.
Absolutely.
And
one of the hubs for the LA music scene.
The World Stage is there. The Vision Theater, which was Marla Gibbs, that bought it, understood what was going on, named it the Vision because it is a vision.
Right.
Then they have People Street, which they just developed, which is very
People Street.
People Street. If you're familiar with 3rd Street Promenade, which is out there, it's
Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's a cove. And actually, we're making the Leimert Park a destination for African American culture. So the buses come there for historical aspects of it. Yeah. They have the new, I think it's a red car, or the new train line that is going to open up a station right there. Yeah. And they're doing a bistro in there. It's really coming up, and we're trying to be sure that the majority of the owners of their businesses are able to stay in the community, so it doesn't become too inundated gentrification.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic of discussion right now.
Yes, exactly. How do we keep what is ours that we didn't buy? So now we have to, back into it, but we got to keep it, period.
Right, exactly.
So it's very, very important for me because, again, all of the stuff that that I've been doing, even when I was in doing the TV show, the Jazz on TV show, is all about the music and the art and the responsibility we have to do things for us, by us, in our community.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
so that's pretty much a major aspect of the Jazz Zone. So right now, in as my son calls it, in the Dina,
yes, sir.
we right up here with HMC or the what is it? The credit union that is opening up, and they have the community center that's opening up on Lake and Altadena Drive.
Okay.
That's going to open up on the 14th of November. We're going to play for the opening.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to do a series there.
Okay.
So it's going to be a heavy jazz series there.
Nice.
We're maintaining our series at Perry's Joint.
Yeah, Perry's Joint. I wanted to bring that up. It's good you brought that up.
Thank you.
I'm not really bringing up the questions because you're pretty much covering it all, so I'm going to let you go.
I'm just flowing, and when you see it, just, make me go down the other street. Look here, get on the boulevard here. And so over at Perry's Joint, which is a young African-American
shout out Perry, man.
family, exactly, that has a great business. And at the time that we went over there, they had really rented out the whole building. They changed occupancy, and so the building was empty, and it was a sandwich shop. So essentially, that's where your business is coming from. 200-300 people in that building, and so we saw an opportunity to assist a young African American family and business in our community. Yeah. And so we decided to come over there and we do a jam. Right. And so we've been over there.
When did that start exactly?
Man, you know what?
It's been a few years now.
Yeah, we went in there. We called it October Tuesday 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Right.
Every Tuesday.
It went every Tuesday. And we just recently, this was our anniversary, and we recently changed it from every Tuesday to the last Tuesday of each month.
Okay.
In order to be sure that we can do the other obligations in our community and share what we're doing.
You know, I just got to say, I really appreciate how you are community driven.
Yes.
I can tell that it's the community that actually motivates you to book an event.
Yes, actually, I have worked with. It's been an exciting career in terms of the arts. Yeah. I'm very proud of the fact that I work with Babu, who has the Pan-African Film and Art Festival. Okay. And I was an art director for...
Now, that's over there, too.
And the Crenshaw Baldwin Hills Mall every year for the last 20 years. And I worked with the Pan-African as assistant director for the artists. We had 100 artists that come every year in February. And I did that for about 7-8 years.
Oh, nice.
I was working with... James Burks, who had the African Marketplace, and I was a director for the African Marketplace for about 4 or 5 years as well, during the same periods. Yeah. And then I also worked with Harold Hambrick, which had the Black Expo that was downtown. Okay. And so just having the opportunity to work with these three brothers that had the largest audience gathering events in Los Angeles for African Americans. The Pan-African Film Fest was bringing 70 to 80,000 people with at least 100 artists in the films. Wow. The Pan-African did the same thing, 70, 80,000 through the 2 weeks that they had set out in Dorsey. Well, Dorsey High School is right next door to the Exposition Park. Not Exposition, but...
the line,
Yeah, exactly. And then... what Harold Hambrick was doing was at the convention center downtown, and that was drawing that amount of folks. So God has just blessed me with the opportunity to work with some very fabulous, very strong, community-minded brothers, and it did keep me grounded and focused in what I'm trying to get done. Yeah.
All right, listen, just from, because you've been around, so I just got to ask this question. Please. Coming from, a new generation of Pasadena artists.
Yes.
What's the dynamic like out here as far as the local music scene in Pasadena?
The dynamics of the music scene in Pasadena, I'm going to say is very, very subdued. Use that term.
I agree.
It was a happening scenario at one time, and then I think
after this thing
the kind of economy went all the way, and nobody's really picked it up, so we can make it a consistent thing. And that's why we were trying to be consistent over at Perry's Joint, even though it's a small place, but it's a venue that's going on.
Right.
But especially African American owned businesses that are offering music is very limited. Right. And at one time, the very large thing that was happening here in Pasadena was the Old Pasadena Summer Festival. Yeah. Which I could say, thankfully and blessed to also be a director with that for about 18 years. We started it over in Central Park, and it just blew up so large that they had us move out of Central Park over to the Rose Bowl, and that killed it.
Oh, wow.
Because, sometimes you create an event for the energy, but you take the energy and you put it in this other bowl.
Right,
and it's like, wow, what's happening?
Right.
And it really didn't work.
Wow.
And that stopped that.
Yeah.
And so the other consistent program that I was very much involved in terms of art and music was the Brentwood Art Show. Okay. And the Brentwood Art Show, I'm going to take you right back to my dad. He was playing at the Brentwood Art Show in the 90s, and the Brentwood Art Show stopped 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so, we in the Jazz only play there twice a year for that event. And
did you do Make Music Pasadena?
Make Music Pasadena, we did that. When they first started the Pasadena Summer Press, it was called Pasadena Celebrates right on Colorado Boulevard. Mm-hmm. We did that.
Oh, okay.
We also just, of course, this year, in the last couple of years, and it was a point that we had to make, was to put Jackie Robinson Park on the menu for Art Night, which they didn't. For one time they had Art Night, which was a caravan throughout the city to visit artists, and they were all in another area.
Right.
But they finally came on up there, and so consequently, we worked with Jackie Robinson Center for the last 2 years, providing music and the art to be sure that they understand that our community is very well represented.
Right. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Now, sometimes I get frustrated with how Pasadena kind of overlooks the urban arts.
Yes. And not only Pasadena, a lot of cities, they do. Yeah. But you know what? They're missing the mark. Yeah. They can look over the diamond if they want to, but we're still shining.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, we're still shining big time. Yes.
And we got leverage.
And so, we better use it, too.
Yeah, so real quick, I want to talk about the Jazz Zone TV show. Now, what made you start it, and are you still doing it?
What made me start it was my dad, again, in his band. And so I interviewed him, and, as he was... And then a lot of the older cats that, I had some nice historical cuts and stuff from those shows. But that's how I started it.
And you did the opening or the grand reopening of Pasadena Media.
Sure did.
Down at the...
And you know what? See, when we did the grand reopening for the Pasadena Media, they had a soft opening specifically for the staff and, people that were connected to the show. Right. And so we did the opening, and then they said, well, we're going to do another opening. I said, you doing another opening? Yeah, we're going to do a hard opening with the... I said, well, we got to be the ones. Because there was two things that I wanted to make sure at point. I had been there so long because Pasadena Media was over in, Del Mar and Lake at one point.
This is before Los Robles. This is before Henstedt.
That's before Henstedt. Yeah. So that's where I started.
You said Lake and what?
Lake and Cordova, Del Mar,
really?
Right over in there. Really? Yeah. And so that's where it started. And then when they moved to Henstedt, I was glad because I knew the owner of the property, and it was a good thing for the property as well because they needed to have a strong tenant in there. Yeah. And that was great. And so we were there until they moved to the media, and I moved to there. So it was important to me, again, as community. It's like, wait a minute, if you're doing a grand reopening, I don't know who has been here from the first one to the second one to the third one, and I need to be a part of that. And I needed to be sure that whenever they said anything about their opening, with Jazz On, we played for the opening. They can't never stop that. You know what I mean? So that was important too. Yeah.
And my boy Butch Thompson down there, he always talks very highly of the Jazz On.
Yeah, so. Butch helped me. In fact, all of you guys helped me so much, tremendously in that. When they made the move, and the different parameters that they had to put in place. I'm gonna say they had to put in place because evidently they thought they needed to. Caused serious thought process in how I could continue to do all the things that I'm doing and continue to have my show. So I started, interacting with other people that had a show, and pretty soon my show is still available, but I haven't really been in to shoot it. But I put it in dust and not closed it out. So, just sitting there waiting on something to come up. But I'm waiting on some of these young geniuses like you, you know what I mean? The spitters will come and make the thing do what it do.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I'm just gonna believe that good old Pasadena media is still got it spinning on the Arroyo channel.
That's right.
That they're still playing.
That's right.
Those episodes right now.
They are playing the episodes. The Jazz Zone is still live and kicking.
Thank you. So real quick, do you have any positive, encouraging words for aspiring musicians?
Encouraging words for inspiring musicians. Well, I'm gonna tell you, when you know that you were called to do this. Do this.
Nice.
Just as simple as that. Simple as that. When you call to do it, do it. And if you do it, because it's inside, it's going to come out all the way awesome. It's just like, I admire you young spitters. I admire what you guys are doing because, you see, my job right now is to be sure that I line up with the future. And the future geniuses that's going to make this music continue to happen. Because it's your energy and your knowledge and your interacting with other musicians and talented young brothers and sisters that's going to continue to make this thing go. They say, they used to have a thing, old soldiers never die, they just fade away. Well, old soldiers can't even fade anymore. I work in schools. I am a therapeutic behavioral specialist, and I work with kids. And it's important for me to model and interact because a lot of times kids, they half the time may not hear what you say. But they see what you do.
Oh, whoa. Don't get me started now.
You see what I'm saying?
Because what we are influenced more by what we see each other do, more so than the things we say. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because everybody, they're saying, what is it, saying, talking loud and saying nothing?
Yeah,
that kind of thing. But anyway, that's what's going on. So, just to be here and to be interviewed by you is absolutely my pleasure.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you.
Sir.
All right, well, I know you're busy, and I know if I didn't catch you, if I didn't take advantage of the opportunity right now, then it would probably be, another 20 years.
That's why you're a genius,
I gotta
catch the flow when it's there. You know what I mean? Here come the fish.
Like a good friend of mine says, if you move in time, you'll be on time. So
move in time, you'll be on time. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's like if you get the call, show up. Do the thing.
Thank you. So, where could people check out, some of your music and videos?
First of all, you can go to my website, which is www.jazzone.net. That's jazzzone.net. You can catch me on my Facebook under Roscoe Lee Owens, or the Jazz Zone is on there as well. And you'll see a lot of videos and information, especially what's going on currently on Facebook, where we're doing it. Perry's Joint, you'll see a lot of things because we're putting it up there, and you'll see videos and some interviews as well. And hopefully that you have the opportunity to just dial us in. And if you do, like our page. And if you like our page, become our friend. If you become our friend, enjoy our group. Because we're down here at El Cabulan right now getting ready to throw down on Halloween. So, it's all good.
Oh, it is Halloween.
Halloween function.
Today's Halloween's tonight?
Well, no, Halloween, we got a little function going on just to celebrate. Actually, my whole celebration right now, you're talking about Dina, is coming up where we're going to do the opening on the 14th of November, where I was saying at the credit union up on Lake and Altadena Drive.
Okay, we will be there to cover that.
But the 20th is going to be our kickoff for the deal, and it's called Thanks for Giving.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually want to, when we're off the record, I want to talk to you about that real quick. But yeah, man, Roscoe, thank you for coming through for this exclusive interview. You got any shout outs for us?
Shout out, True Spitters. That's it. Run it.
No doubt. Wilson Block 100 Radio. I'm your host, Mr. Wilson. It's Roscoe Lee Owens. It's been great, man. We out.
Thank you.
Yo, what up? This is Bukwe Torre. Catch me on Wilson Block 100 Radio, where Pasadena music lives. Yeah.
Before you go, let me leave you with this. I don't want no hug, no one last kiss. I don't like your butt or like your pics. If you call, I won't pick up, reply to your text. So what's next? How could I ever forget all the time that we spent, everywhere that we went? I apologize for all the wrong things that I said, the wrong things that I did, the wrong example I set. It's my fault. I take full responsibility, but what you do to me be killing me. But silly me for believing in us, I guess it's too much to ask for mutual trust, and thus I must bust a move. I must pick myself up and dust my shoes off. No love for you lost, but every time I think about where we went wrong, I realize I was being played from the start. Man, that's why I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop grinding, I'll never stop climbing the ways of this world. I'll probably never stop crying, I'll never stop giving, and I'll never stop rhyming. I said I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop flying, I'll never stop fighting the ways of this world. I'll probably never stop shining, I'll never stop caring, and I'll never stop rising. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. I just wanna bring together my community, so we can grow and show the world that we know unity. Cause nowadays there's no unity, no you and me, just seclusion. Everyone caught up in this illusion, just don't get it confused with this Wilson Block 100 movement. This gang violence taking innocent lives, the inner city divided, people living outside. I ditch my pride, but I stand with my dignity. Play the same hand God given me, walk with humility. I gotta learn my history, gotta keep my head up, cause I gotta get this victory. I'm only 25, but I've been around for centuries. I just made this song to let you know how much you meant to me. Wait, man, that's why I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop grinding, I'll never stop climbing the ways of this world. I'll probably never stop crying, I'll never stop giving, and I'll never stop rhyming. I said I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop flying, I'll never stop fighting the ways of this world. I'll probably never stop shining, I'll never stop caring, and I'll never stop rising. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. That's why I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop grinding, I'll never stop climbing the ways of this world. I'll probably never stop crying, I'll never stop giving, and I'll never stop rhyming. I said I'll never stop trying, I'll never stop flying, I'll never stop fighting the weight of this world. I'll probably never stop shining, I'll never stop caring, and I'll never stop rising. That's why we'll never stop trying, we'll never stop grinding, we'll never stop climbing the ways of this world. We'll probably never stop crying, we'll never stop giving, and we'll never stop rhyming. I said we'll never stop trying, we'll never stop flying, we'll never stop fighting the weight of this world. We'll probably never stop shining, we'll never stop caring, and we'll never stop rising. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, or Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. My name is Michael Taylor, they call me Bing Bing, Mr. Wilson on this Pasadena music scene. Keep it Wilson Block 100%.
Okay, I remember the days. High rights, low lefts, even Stevens and fades. Troop slidos and BKs, those was the days. High-tech boots, spray painted with your names. T-shirts, airbrush, they're red the same. The herringbone chain. One go with your initial. Harris photos, group shots, can you remember? Barry, I'm told it, go to the prime and die. Didn't lie, self in the head with the when she disobeyed. Had North Clayton craze, just to reiterate, dog, those was the days. For the invasions of haters, man, coos from all around, used to get down in true flavors. Bumping kilo, rocking damage, cross house color and Paco. While Playboy stepped in talent shows, prom night, Tux and Kango was so cool. New model cars, we riding old school.
It used to be all good when we played double dutch in the hood. On the softball team, I was swinging that wood. I remember eating Kool-Aid and sunflower seeds, jelly shoes, head braided with 1,000 beads. Mama sitting on the porch till the lights come on. Or when I woke up in the morning and my bike was gone. I was sick till my stomach couldn't eat for days. Sweeping beauty shops, saving, making minimum wage. Then I copped the 10 speed and got back on my feet. A whole pack of girls riding 20 deep in the street. We playing catch a boy, freaking boy, switching up the rules. A summertime splash party, get you in the pool. Ladies, if you feel it, holler back cause you with me. Shout my Kia, Tony, Mac, Jayla, and Nikki. This for all them hood parking lots in every city. Ludacris face, Lil Face, Shauna, you with me, we trying
Trying so hard to survive. 'Cause even though we were young, we had to stay strong. No matter what we went through, it was me and my crew. And that's how it went when we were kids.
I had but no silver, no gold or plat. I was simply red from the years I've been holding back. With two sides to a book, I lick stamps and light matches. Set fires in garbage pails and cabbage patches. A child of the corn, been wild since I was born. Climbing over barbed wire, clothes got torn. Shoes got muddy and my clique turned cruddy. Wherever I go, they went, they my buddies. I brush teeth, brush naps and comb streets. Dreaming of Cadillacs, wood wheels and plush seats. Cats with gold teeth and raps with such beats. Max with no grievance. When I loaded my I was ready for action. Staring at beer cans in the moment to crack one. Wanna hang with the big boys and play with the big toys. And be with the people making all they got.
Remember, Swatch watches, Ozark Sperry's, Levi denims, dried eye Jerry. Back when the girls wore striped chick jeans, straight leg leaves on sewn at the seams. Bondo paint was all good if you had it. Long as you was riding, you ain't need to have game. And even back then, chicks was starving to touch status. You either had a car, favorite Jordan, or kept status. Old school homies did nothing but block ran. Staying going off the old E and Pop Zans. Mama had the money, you hung around. To the point where you came in the house when they come around. And my dad was dead, so these streets had to raise me. And even back in 1983, it was crazy. Young black broke, drunk beer smoke. It's good to kick my ass out of school. Principal.
Trying so hard to survive. 'Cause even though we were young, we had to stay strong. No matter what we went through, it was me and my crew. And that's how it went when we were
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days
when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could mac a baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10. One of those happy little niggas singing the blues that be always trying to bag with the shag and karate shit. Saying, yo mama black, his mama this, his mama that. Then he get mad and wanna scrap. We stay mad about 10 minutes, then it's like back on the bike to play hide and go get it with the younger hoes by the bungalows. Then switch to playing ding dong ditch when that gets old and too cold to hack it. Threw on a bomber jacket, you could tell the ballers cause they fell wearing gazelles. If they really had money raised, we sport knee K's. And all the girls had they Turkish link. If it broke, then they made earrings to it, like they meant to do it. But sometimes I still sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised. Back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days I sit and wish I was a kid.
I'm still back in the days, but now the year is 87, 88. That's when my crew and I were in junior high in 7th grade. I hated school. No doubt I couldn't wait to get out
and be a grown-up.
But let me finish this, reminiscing and telling about when girls were spelling tight corduroys like for the boys, basket weaves, Nike Cortez and footsie socks, and eating pickles with Tootsie Pops, and it don't stop. I'm glad, cause when JJ Fad did Supersonic, it was kinda like a sport to wear biker shorts or to wear jeans, and it seemed like the masses of hoochies had poison airbrushed on their asses. Dudes had on Nike suits and the Pumas with the fat laces, cause it was either that or K-Swiss. I miss those days, and so I pout like a grown jerk, wishing all I had to do now was finish homework. It's true, you don't realize really what you got till it's gone, and I'm not gonna sing another sad song, but sometimes I do sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days.
When?
Back in the day.
Well, it's the niggero. I figure that now I'm all grown up because I'm 18 years old, and guess you could say I'm holding down a steady job and crew steady mob, and you steady bob in your head, and I'm paid, so I got it made, but didn't always have clout. Used to live in South Central LA, that's where I stayed and figured a way out. I gave it all I had, so for what it's worth, I went from rags to riches, which is a drag, but now I'm first. So
hard in the nose, this is on our way up.
Yeah, we said that we was gonna make it since a kid, and we finally did, but sometimes I still sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
What?
Back in the days I sit and wish I was a kid.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when.
And everybody say,
I remember way back when. Back in the days I sit and wish I was a kid.
I sit alone in my four-cornered room staring at candles. Oh, that shit is on? Let me drop some shit like this here. At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn, candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned. Four walls just staring at a nigga. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my finger on the trigger. My mother's always stressing I ain't living right, but I ain't going out without a fight. See, every time my eyes close, I start sweating and blood starts coming out my nose. There's somebody watching me act, but I don't know who it is, so I'm watching my back. I can see him when I'm deep in the covers. When I awake, I don't see the motherfucker. He owns a black hat like I own, a black suit and a cane like my own. Some might say take a chill, B, but fuck that shit. There's a nigga trying to kill me. I'm popping in the clip when the wind blows. Every 20 seconds got me peeping out my window, investigating the joint for traps, checking my telephone for texts. I'm staring at the woman on the corner. It's fucked up when your mind is playing tricks on you.
I make big money, I drive big cars, everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right. I feel I'm being tailed by the same sucker's headlights. Is it that fool that I ran off the block? Or is it that nigga last week that I shot?
Boy, lit the one, I beat for $5,000. Thought he had cane, but it was gold, not a flower. Reached under my seat, grabbed my papa for the suckers. Ain't no use to me lying, I was scared than a motherfucker. Put the left in the Popeyes and better die quick. If it's going down, let's get this shit over with. Here they come, just like I figured. I got my hand on the motherfucking trigger. When I saw him, make your ass start giggling. 3 blind, crippling, crazy senior citizens. I live by the swamp. I take my boys everywhere I go because I'm paranoid. I keep looking over my shoulder and peeping around corners. My mind is playing tricks on me. Day by day it's more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning I'm in service, praying for forgiveness and trying to find an exit out the business. I know the Lord is looking at me, but yet and still it's hard for me to feel happy. I often drift when I drive, having fatal thoughts of suicide. Bang and get it over with. And then I'm worry free, but that's bullshit. I got a little boy to look after, and if I die, then my child will be a bastard. I had a woman down with me, but to me it seemed like she was down to get me. She helped me out in this shit, but to me she was just another bitch. Now she's back with her mother. Now I'm realizing that I love her. Now I'm feeling lonely. My mind is playing tricks on me.
This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys were trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags, till an old man got behind our ass. So we speeded up the pace, took a look back, and he was right before our face. He'd be in for a squabble, no doubt, so I swung and hit the nigga in his mouth. He was going down, we figured, but this wasn't no ordinary nigga. He stood about 6 or 7 feet. Now that's the nigga I be seeing in my sleep. So we triple teamed on him, dropping them motherfucking bees on him. The more I swung, the more blood flew. Then he disappeared, and my boys disappeared too. Then I felt just like a fiend. It wasn't even close to Halloween. It was dark as fuck on the streets. My hands were all bloody from punching on the concrete. Goddamn, homie. My mind is playing tricks on me.
And yes, sir, welcome back to Wilson Block 100 Radio, son. It's your boy, Mr. Wilson. And just so y'all know, I didn't announce it at the beginning of the show. This was the December 2015 show. Yes, sir, this is how we gon' end it. You know what I'm saying? It's how we gon' take it out. You know what I mean? We gonna play a lot of that. Played a lot of that old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Put some of my latest single in there. You know what I mean? And, you know, an interview with your boy, Roscoe Lee Owens at the Jazz Zone. Big shout out. You know, and this is what we do, man. This Wilson Block 100 Radio, man. We playing the hottest, and we doing it, because it's your boy, Mr. Wilson, and I love to do this. And no matter who doing it, I'ma do this, regardless. So, look out for your boy, Pasadena Music Scene.us. And that's what it is, man. We taking back the local music scene, man. The local music scene belong to the local artists. And that's what this is. We are local artists. And we pushing it, you know what I'm saying? So thanks for tuning in for the December 2015 episode of Wilson Block 100 Radio, son. It's your boy, Mr. Wilson. We tuning out. And look out for us in January 2016. Kicking off the new year with a hot show for ya. Until next time, it's your boy. Yeah.